They said the two men have a secret. A big secret, hidden from the world. But is it true? Or just a story born from imagination and obsession? Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to K-pop world. Today, we're diving into something that has truly shaken the entire Asian entertainment industry. A story that set the internet on fire, divided fandoms, and dragged two of China's biggest stars, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, back into the spotlight once again. Yes, you heard that right. The online world is flooded with the craziest rumors about the two. Rumors that are too wild to believe. Yet somehow, they spread like wildfire. Some say they're more than just co-stars. Some even claim they secretly got married. And even crazier, that they have a child together? Sounds like the plot of an over-the-top drama, doesn't it? But in the entertainment world, where people crave sensational headlines, even a spark can ignite an inferno. And that's exactly what happened here. It all began with something small. An old video clip, a Photoshop picture, a random comment from an anonymous account. And within hours, that little spark turned into a full-blown storm. On Chinese social media, both Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan's names began trending at the same time. Gossip accounts started spinning stories, claiming the two were too close backstage. Others posted supposed screenshots, real or fake, who knows, that proved their closeness off camera. And from there, things spiraled out of control. People started creating their own theories. Some said they were seen leaving the same hotel. Others added spice, saying their gazes toward each other were too intense to be just acting. And some even dared to say the two had secretly married abroad. Crazy? Absolutely. But what's even crazier is so many believed it. Comments started flooding in. If it's true, I'll still support them. No way, this is just cheap gossip. Look at how they stare at each other. That's not normal. Media outlets jumped in too, twisting everything into clickbait headlines. A forbidden love behind the Untamed, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. The secret they can no longer hide? One by one, the rumors evolved from a secret kiss to sleeping together to whispers about a hidden child supposedly living overseas. No proof, no confirmation, but the internet doesn't care about the truth. All it wants is a story. And in the middle of all this madness, fans began to lose their patience. The once united fandoms started to fracture. Some refused to believe anything without solid evidence. But others got sucked into the conspiracy, feeding it with speculations, edits, and wild theories. In massive online forums, fans clashed fiercely. Meanwhile, gossip accounts just sat back and watched, enjoying how their fabricated tales turned into a wildfire devouring everything in sight. But what's really behind all of this? To understand, we have to go back to where it all began. Back to the Untamed, the drama that changed everything. That series didn't just make them famous, it made them legends. Their chemistry on screen was undeniable, magnetic, almost too real. Fans around the world fell in love with their bond. But for a small group of overly passionate fans, admiration turned into delusion. The line between fiction and reality began to blur. Fantasy and truth melted together, and that's when things started to get dangerous. Some fans began creating their own narratives, fanfictions, edited videos, and even fake proof that looked convincingly real. The more it spread, the more people believed. And as the old saying goes, repeat a lie long enough, and it starts sounding like the truth. But behind the screen, reality was completely different. The two were, and always have been, professional colleagues. They supported each other during tough times, respected each other deeply, and built their success side by side. Nothing more, nothing less. But social media doesn't care for simple explanations. The world doesn't want reality. It wants drama, sensation, chaos. When the rumors started gaining traction, major fan bases tried to clarify things. They urged people not to believe fake posts. But truth is always slower than lies. The fake videos kept spreading. The comments kept pouring in. And the algorithm, merciless as ever, made sure the rumors stayed alive. Meanwhile, genuine fans were heartbroken. They knew how hard both actors had worked. They knew how much they had endured. especially Xiao Zhan, who faced immense backlash back in 2020. And just when things were finally getting better, another storm came crashing down. Some fans posted emotional messages. Are you not tired of making up stories about them? They're human too. They have hearts. They can hurt. But the entertainment world has no mercy. Fame always comes with a price. And one of those prices is losing your privacy. Yet, both Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan chose silence. No denial. No outrage. Just silence. Calm. Focus. Maybe they already knew that speaking up would only fuel the fire. Sometimes, silence is the only way to fight a storm of lies. But their silence sparked new interpretations. If it's not true, why don't they deny it? People asked. But how does one deny something that never existed? The entertainment world can be cruel, unfair, unforgiving. One rumor can destroy years of hard work. And sometimes, no matter what you say, people believe what they want to believe. But amidst all the noise, something beautiful happened. True fans began to protect them. They organized groups to report fake news accounts, to trace the sources of manipulated photos, and to launch campaigns asking people to stop spreading lies. A real act of love. Not the kind that creates fantasies, but the kind that protects from harm. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, the rumor faded. But the scars remained. For some, it was just entertainment. But for those who became the target, it was emotional damage. Pain, fatigue, silence. We often forget, behind every spotlight, there's a human being. One who gets tired, who cries, who bleeds in silence. Now, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan have returned to their work. Yibo is thriving in film and motorcycle racing, his two great loves. Xiao Zhan is shining on stage and screen, mastering every performance with quiet grace. They keep moving forward as if the storm never happened. But maybe behind that calm exterior, a little wound still lingers, a wound born from lies, from misunderstanding, from the cruelty of fame. And maybe we can all learn something from this. That not everything viral is true. That not every proof online deserves to be believed. And that behind every famous name is a human being who deserves respect, not speculation. So what's the truth in all this? One thing is certain. There is no evidence of marriage, children, or any romantic involvement. Everything came from overblown interpretations and reckless rumors. But perhaps what makes this story powerful is not the rumor itself, but what it reveals. It shows how deeply these two stars have touched people's hearts. Not because of imagined romance, but because of the genuine connection they portrayed on screen. A friendship, a bond, a chemistry so strong, it transcended fiction. And maybe that's why the world can't let go of them. Because somewhere between reality and fantasy, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan gave us something rare, a story that felt real. But admiration should never turn into obsession, and love should never become a weapon. So, drama lovers, after hearing everything, what do you think? Should rumors like this be left to fade away on their own? Or should fans stand up and fight misinformation before it spreads further? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, continue to support your idols with healthy love and respect. Because in the end, truth always survives, and lies always fade with time. Until next time, stay tuned right here on Kpop World, where behind every spotlight, there's always a story worth telling.